we want to tell the truth. And Joy, I know you're no stranger to just saying what's on your damn mind. So since you're heading up, you're one of the main organizers for the Medicare for All March coming up, M4M4ALL. And we've been pals for a long time, so it's great to have you on here.
We wrote
You're
a
awesome.
book together.
We did.
The Gas Queen Chronicles. I bought it. I have it.
Yeah, I hate to pimp that because they're going to connect this to Medicare for All and smear the whole movement because we wrote a book, so we're grifting.
Well, the nice thing is that up until now, there have been no negative comments, so we're going to keep it clean. And why don't you tell us about this March for Medicare for All rally happening in just 10 days?
Yeah. So we started in DC in January, and that was one march. And by April, there were 3 marches, and then I joined in April, and people just kept reaching out to us. Can we do one in our city? So on and so on. Of course. And now we are at 45 cities.
Oh my God. That's amazing.
So on July 24th, there will literally be 45 cities across our country who are marching in unison for Medicare for All. It's time to demand it.
That is amazing. Well, I will be here in Los Angeles.
Ooh, you've got a line up.
We have a good lineup. You all need to come to Los Angeles. We have a good lineup here. Why don't you tell us some of the wonderful guests we have at all the different rallies?
Well, because I've done a show for 4 years, I've scheduled probably the majority of speakers and bands at the marches. But in LA, you guys have it is going to be.
I know we have Shahad Buttar.
You do. It is going to be emceed by maybe a girl.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah. You have Ron Flacone. You have Miss Tara Reid.
Amazing.
Who is going to be speaking about too many times when people are sexually assaulted, they go to report at the hospital and they are charged for that. And so many times people don't have the ability to seek counseling and such afterwards because of the lack of health care.
Wow.
So there's that. We have, oh my God, New York City, we have Katie Halper, we have Lady Bunny. In DC, the first person I reached out to, because DC is the one I'm emceeing, was Marianne Williamson.
Right.
Because she has been such a dear friend. She checks in on me all the time and asks how I'm doing. And she did a fundraiser for me. And I mean, I just love her so much.
Yeah.
And I can't even talk about her that much because I'll cry. I've never met anyone like her. So she was the first person I asked to speak for us in DC. And within an hour, she's like, of course.
That's amazing.
So yeah, we also in DC, we have Reverend Annie Chambers, who is a Black Panther member of the Poor People's Campaign, activist for over 50 years. We have Dr. Margaret Flowers. I can't even think of everyone. It's so crazy. In DC, we have 16 speakers, 2 musicians, a DJ, a vigil, and a march.
That's amazing. That's amazing. The energy is so there. People want this.
I know. And it's proof that we want this by all of the attacks we're getting. They don't want us to want this.
But their hatred.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, what it comes down to is we inadvertently are making history. Nobody has ever done something like this because we're not an organization. We're just people who have met online. We're just pissed off individuals. And we've all come together to just kind of each do our own thing. And I'm part of the national team, so there's a few of us who kind of oversee all the marches. But many of the volunteers just do their own march. We're not a big like organization. So this hasn't been done in the United States before. We've done it for Bernie. We've done it for his campaigns. We've done it for, when he has things for the Green New Deal and he calls on solidarity marches and stuff. This is organic. This is literally just pissed off people. And we were very, absolute in the beginning that that's what this was going to be. This is not going to be, this is a nonpartisan, non-political, event. And I know people say, well, Medicare for All is political. Well, it is. And I'll be emceeing the DC rally, and you better believe I'll be fucking calling out politicians. But at the same time, it's more a humanity issue. It's more a human rights issue than political. In DC, we literally have a conservative speaking.
Right.
He's a doctor, Dr. Joe Jarvis. He's flying in from Utah to talk about our need for Medicare for All. This is a very, wide movement.
Yeah.
So why not leave it to the professional organizers that aren't doing anything? When I say anything, a march.
I appreciate all the hashtags. I do. I appreciate the hashtag resist. It has worked tremendously in the past 5 years. And, a lot of them are telling us we should do our own marches. We should stop at nothing to destroy their marches. Literally. And we're going to do anything to take down their marches because they dare criticize AOC. And, so what it comes down to is these people attacking us who are not big pharma, not big insurance. These are people who have pictures of like Bernie on their pages and say they're leftists. These people attacking us, what it comes down to is they literally would rather see us cancel 45 nationwide marches than have us be successful because we are part of the force the vote. And, they didn't want to force the vote. They hated us. Now they don't want to march. They hate us.
Right.
They are, I made the comment the other day, your grandkids are going to say to you in a few decades, what did you do? In the second depression. And you're just going to be like, well, I tweeted really hard.
Yeah. I voted every 4 years.
I tried really hard to stop the Medicare for All March.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's something people will be proud about.
Yeah.
I mean, my view is anything from a potluck to a nationwide, like, why would you be against any sort of action that highlights Medicare for All? And people saying that you should leave it to the professional organizers, it's ridiculous. This is what we need. We need maximum pressure. And even if I love a lot of the squad that is not, if I think they're doing great and we should leave it to them, all this pressure only puts more, it helps their cause. It helps bolster their cause that people are upset. So I must respond to my constituents.
I mean, 70% of our country wants Medicare for all, and we don't have it, which shows we don't have a democracy. So all we're doing when you do something like this, or anytime you make noise, is giving space and allowing the squad and all those progressives to have to answer to us, because otherwise they only answer to the people who are putting pressure on them 24/7, the big pharma and everybody. So you're actually helping them. We're helping them by putting the pressure.
We're giving them the opportunity. We have reached out. Yeah. I guarantee they are aware. We've reached out. We've tagged them on Twitter. They have to know. They have to. And that's why these hive people don't want us doing this, because it further exposes the fact that they say elect us because we're activists, and they are silent. And you know, there's been a few other people that have been silent, and it's been heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm fully prepared to do a show or an article after the marches, and you know, go public with you know, some of the people who we thought were going to be very supportive, who don't return our DMs and have never even promoted us, and things like that. So while we have a lot of allies, I think that it's very telling
Right.
who is not even so much as willing to share our posts.
Right.
And you know, as far as leave it to the professionals, you know, I've organized and co-organized over 30 rallies, protests, marches. I'm not new to this shit.
Right.
Some of our people are. My co-organizer this is literally his first march event ever.
Right.
And he's the one that created it.
Mm.
So his first event spread
amazing.
to 45 cities. So
yeah,
I'm
and this
sorry.
is what people have wanted the left to do. This is what all of us progressives have been calling for ages. You know,
Yep. And
get in the streets as much as possible, make noise. Without noise and pressure, nothing will change.
Well, I mean, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, you know, the thought of saying leave it to the professionals to me sounds like I'd rather people who are paid do it. Why? We have more dedication than anyone else because we are literally volunteering 16-hour days.
Right.
We are offering up our credit cards. We are missing time with our families. I don't remember what the hell my husband looks like. You know, I mean, we are.
He's got a beard. I remember.
He does have a beard, but I'm blind, so you know, I'm probably not the best example anyway. But, you know, these are, and that's another thing. You know, these people are attacking us, and because we're not so-called professionals, you are attacking people like myself, who is disabled, who has organized countless events, and this is the first one doing it since I've lost my sight. You are harassing me, you're attacking me, you're doxing me, you're threatening me. I have had two people say that they will call Social Security and tell them I'm a fraud. I have had people say that I am lying, that I can see fine. I have had I just can't even.
And all of this dishonesty and all of these attacks are all only to serve the corporate interests. I mean, in the end, that's all that's happening, right? And so when you say trust the professionals, you're taking away from the very idea of what a democracy is, right? It's supposed to be representation of the people. And the fact that you all are getting out there and putting in this hard work, anybody who speaks out against that really has to rethink what his or her idea is about what a democracy is.
Absolutely. I mean, you can tell so much about a person if they would rather something like, you know, oh, well, let's sell things over here with like our logo with mugs on it. Like, you know, I compare it to the Women's March. You know, everyone likes to act like, oh, the Women's March is so organic. No, it wasn't. It was a fucking parade. That's what it was. It was a parade. It was, get your mugs with, you know, pussy hats on it. And let's have anti-Trump signs while wearing Hillary buttons because she's married to a rapist. It was fake. It was fraud. And that's what people flock to, unfortunately. And when you have something organic like this, people just don't even know how to handle it. So they just try to destroy it.
Yeah.
I just can't imagine like even if people I didn't like were organizing a march and it was like to raise $10 for Medicare for all. Like I would not care one iota about speaking about them. Like they're not hurting the movement. They're like, good for you. You're going to raise $10. Go nuts. You know, like this idea that this march is somehow hurting the movement is the most ridiculous. It's pure centrist propaganda nonsense. Like this is something
completely
that's going to raise.
It only helps the movement to see how many people support it.
I mean, you have what, like 300 speakers across all these cities, and it's just
Yeah. But let's pick on a few. And I'm telling you right now, and I have receipts to prove it, the only people who are getting harassed and attacked for speaking at our marches are Black and women. This is a fact. This has been going on for weeks. They are the only ones. So this is so beyond calculated.
Yeah, it's really gross. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Just because I know that you have a busy day and you're off to another show, and what you're doing is so amazing. I just want to kind of get back onto track of, so we leave everybody telling them where they can go to look for the information. This is a fantastic thing that you are doing. It's only going to help the cause. So tell us a little bit more about these specifics. Is it happening at the same time across the country? Is it staggered? Tell us so people can look up how to get tickets or to sign up to participate.
Yeah, so you can follow us on Twitter at M4M4ALL. So M4M4ALL. Our website is M4M4ALL.org. You can find city locations on there. You can click the city. It'll give you more details. As far as times, because it's so widespread,
Right.
they are different time zones, and places like Arizona is going to do early because they get to like over 120 degrees, so they're going to do theirs in the morning. Ours in DC is 11 to 5, as is New York's. But all of that info is on our page. I do also want to say that I know we're down to 9 days. I know it's short, but if you're worried you can't start a march because it is too short, I get it. But we have a few ideas of things you can do for free at short notice. So one is we have a couple cities who are just going to do a live stream of sharing their stories. You can do a car caravan, make some signs, drive around the neighborhood. We have someone doing that. You can do a vigil. Everyone in the world has candles in their house. Show up at a park, bring a candle. These are things that are free that you can do at a last minute notice. So if you want to take part, absolutely reach out to us. We'll get you on our map, and we'll help promote what you're trying to do. We want as many people involved as possible, and we just couldn't be more appreciative of so much solidarity we're being shown.
It really gives me chills because it's amazing to see. We've been talking about this for so many years, right? We need a general strike. We need everybody to come out, and you guys are really putting your money where your mouth is. I know it's not money, but you guys are really walking the walk, and it's phenomenal. It's really exciting. Thank you.
It is. God, I'm so emotional every day. And I'm kind of not thrilled about being MC because I feel like every single person I introduce, I know their stories of traumatic brain injury and cancer survivor, and I know these stories. So, and I have Scott Denoyer at mine, and things like this. I'm gonna just be a mess. So I feel like after maybe after the 24th, I could start maybe trying to detox.
Well, now not too fast. Come on now. You might want to pretend it's your birthday again.
Yeah, you come on our show and then need to detox.
That's right.
Fair.
What do you got in that drink there, Joy?
This is so it's pineapple juice, pineapple liqueur, and coconut rum, and triple sec.
Oh my! It's like a fancy Mai Tai something or other.
Something like that.
Delicious. It's like you're on vacation. Ha ha. I know you're working hard.
Joy, we love you. I absolutely love you. You're the best, and thank you so much for being a part of this. And good luck out there. Raise some hell. give no shits, speak your mind, let everyone else speak their mind, and we'll promote the hell out of it.
Thank you both so much. I love you guys back. Thank you so much for having me. And thank you so much. I see you guys defending us. I see it. So thank you so much. It means a lot. It does.
Thank you for saying that. I'm so grateful and inspired by you. So thank you.
Thank you both so much. Take care.
Bye. Take care. Cheers.